This is Greg Johnson with Seagarda, and we're going to be presenting Louisiana pothole repair, and we're also going to be showing a 2-year aging demo. Here we are in a yard in Louisiana where DOT trucks are kept, and we're simply blowing out a pothole for easy repair. Now remember, you always need to wear gloves. It just makes cleanup easier. You need to take your time while doing this. By mixing with a stick for 30 to 40 seconds, the repair material will remain more fluid and easier to spread. And when you are emptying the latex in the material, you need to remember to be wearing your gloves. Squeeze that bag down to get all the material out and put the cap on so that way you don't make a mess. Don't try to open up the bag, just simply tear an end, drop it all in, and if you want, you can keep some out on the side so you can use it as an overcoat. We're also providing extra bags of the top coat so that way it'll give you better traction and reduce the tack after application. As I said before, you only want to mix this for 30 to 40 seconds, and if you use a stick, it will make this material much more fluid and easier to spread. And if the material doesn't wet out all at one time, the small amounts that don't wet will wet simply when you go to spread it. It will re-wet it so that way when it cures it'll all have the compound throughout. So any slightly unused or unmixed powders or pumice will easily wet out as you're spreading the material. And you can use your mixing stick to spread the material, or it's much easier if you use an asphalt spreader, so you can do this while standing up. If you do have to make a second bucket of this, you can use the original bucket that you used so that way you can have clean buckets when you're done. Again, same routine, you're wearing gloves while you're doing this. And when you are laying this material down on a pothole, you want to get it fairly level. Unlike concrete, the material will continue to spread and level while wetting the concrete or asphalt. And again, when you're using that stick to mix it, just mix it so it's uniform throughout. Usually takes 30 to 40 seconds. The material will remain much more fluid by doing this. And so when you're going to various locations where you have potholes, you don't have to have any special equipment to mix this. You simply use a stick, as I'm doing right here. Move the stick around, make sure the material looks good. Take your time doing it. You have 30 to 40 seconds. And when you're pouring this out on the previous material, even if you have to come back the next day, it'll wet in as if it was all poured at the same time. Here we are spreading it out here. And as you can see, the first material is already starting to turn black. When you first put this material down, it's got a brown hue to it. As this material cures, it will get that black exterior look on it. And again, you can move that material around a lot easier if you're using a stick to mix rather than a drill. Gives you more open time for reworking this. So when you get it leveled out so it's fairly level, it's still going to settle down and wet, so it'll make itself more flat. You don't want to have a buffalo hump in it. You just want to have it so it looks good. You'll use the extra pumice that we have in bags as a top coat, and that additional pumice will help provide help on traction after cure and help in detackifying the product during cure. So this is our product, which has been down for 2 years. And as you can see, I'm pounding the product with a handheld sledgehammer, and we're denting it, hitting the same area over and over and over again. Now this has been done about 40 times over the past 2 years that I've sent people out with sledgehammers, probably even more often than that. The odd thing about this particular product and that is, even if you dent it, and we're going to show you in the next series of videos, that after 24 hours, the dents from the previous day are gone. And this material was applied, as I said, over 2 years ago, and it's still got a good interface between the old asphalt and the new. This material doesn't age, it will remain black. And as I said, 24 hours later, after the dents were made, here we are looking at the same patch, no dents, they're all gone. They spring back. Finally, a product that lasts. Contact us, Seagarda. I'd like you to hold on for just a moment. We're going to introduce you to some of our contacts. In Texas, it'd be Greg Johnson at 214-454-4894. In Las Vegas, Nevada, the manager is Paul Crafasi, and you can reach him at 702-595-5240. Again, ask for Paul Crafasi. In Lafayette, or any of Louisiana, the manager is Eric Guillory, and you can reach him at 337-258-3346 or 337-278-4510. Again, we're C. Garda. We create products that last. Give us a call.